The game being reviewed today is part of our SharePlay program. Head over to our website for more details to try before you buy.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to WWTF. We work fast again on MikeC.
Not very well.
Hey, today we're talking to you about Crew 2.
Yes, now this is out on PlayStation, Xbox, and on Steam. But before we start talking about it, as always, we like to give it a number of facts.
Right.
Mike, the Crew 2. The Part 2.
Part 2 of the Crew.
Yeah. Ubisoft, whatever. What do you give?
I give it a 3. Hey, Fred, what do you give it?
Mike, 3.
It's a 3, man.
I'm going to give it a 2.
Wow. Kind of scared me for a second. I was about to walk off the show. Wow, you actually give it a 2. I think I was just being nice. I give it a 3. So I'm going to tell you why I give it a 3. It's an average game. Other games have done something like this, similar, but they taken off, you know, as far as they're making it like Grand Theft Auto is. Grand Theft Auto.
Copyright.
Well, as far as the switching in between the thing, they just used it to vehicles. Okay, as far as that. Honestly, it wasn't really, oh, wow, that was amazing. Because I think the transition was a little off to me as far as switching from one vehicle to another. It didn't really feel that smooth, you know. I guess some of the physics feel a little off up in the game.
Yeah, they do.
And as far as the responses or whatever, you know, it's hard playing such great games, you know, these past couple of years as far as with your GTAs, and then you got your Forza Horizon, and then you got Crew. Crew seemed like it never really lived up to what the hype was about it, because the whole thing Crew was selling is the ability to drive from California to like New York. You know what I'm saying? A long distance driving trip. And like in this one, they said there's only one direction you can do this long distance driving trip as far as that. But that feel of or what they was trying to sell us with the Crew, I really never really bought into it. You know what I'm saying? It didn't feel like a whole complete game. It's just because it seemed like it's just narrow minded as far as with the game. It just has just that one objective. I like race car driving game. Granted, the Forzas and all this stuff. Love games like that. But this one I really just couldn't really get into.
Yeah.
What you got, Fred?
I understand totally what you're saying. I like it for what it could have been. If it would have been that massive open world from New York to California, that would have been golden. But on the first one, they missed the mark, and I think, my personal opinion, that on the second one, they missed the mark as well. Now, depending on what system that you get it on, surprisingly, it looks better on the PC as always, and you can get better frame rates. But between the PS4 Pro and the Xbox X, it looks better on the Xbox X than it does on the Pro. Draw distance, on the PS4 Pro, it pops up. Yeah, that's what. On the X, it doesn't do it. Wow. It has a better system with it. I don't know why. So for those of you who paid that money for that PlayStation Pro and wanted to get this game, you're disappointed. I can understand. The physics, like you said, are broke. When you do these jumps off of buildings and you land on the ground, it's like your car brakes for a second and then jumps back into speed. The graphics for me weren't all that, fantastic. Even playing it on the Pro and playing it on the Xbox One X and playing it on the Steam. The graphics did not look all that great, though it was the best frame rate was on the PC. It was best. It was fantastic, but that took away from just the physics and the overall of the game. It doesn't look polished. I mean, we're talking about like these intros and stuff like that. That looks good, but then when you get into the gameplay, it's like, what happened? You know.
Some of the character sprites or whatever, how the characters were walking and everything, it seemed like a lot of stuff was broken in it. Yeah.
And see, this came out last Tuesday. If you wanted to buy the ridiculous over $100 version, then the $50 version came out on that Friday. And I don't like when games do this because you get basically the same thing. So what are you paying over extra $50 for on Tuesday when it came out that you couldn't have got on the version that came out on that Friday? And I think that's highway robbery, man. A lot of these publishers are just making you pay for extra content that should already be in the game itself.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? And I mean, it doesn't work. The Crew 2 does not work. Like I said, when they first announced this game, even the first one, the ability to drive from New York to California was amazing. And us living in the DMV, I drove around the DMV. It had no resemblance to what I saw. None.
Like what part did they record?
None. There was a game that came out on the Xbox that had DC more detailed than this one. I'm talking about the original Xbox. I forget what the name of the game was called. But it was also a driving game, and it had a detailed description of downtown Georgetown and through the downtown DC. Man, fantastic. But this game just doesn't work. I don't know what it doesn't feel like a finished game. The graphics aren't all there. The physics are like broken as hell. And just the 2 price points is a shame, man. And overall, of what this game is supposed to be, I think it hit the mark by a couple of cities. I really think it did.
So, final verdict.
Final verdict, Mike.
All right, Fred, jump right on it. Buy, pass, or rent?
I'm a pass on this one, man.
I'll right along with you. Passing it.
Yeah. Now, if you want to see how horrible this game is, you know, to our Patreon members, we do offer a share play, so you can come in and check it out yourself and try it before you buy.
Correct. And so, like always, you guys can hit us up at thagamersshow@gmail.com. That's the Gamer Show with the name. Don't forget to head over to the Facebook store page to find low prices. Don't forget to hit us up on vTime. Don't forget to subscribe, become a Gamers Club member. And don't forget about Patreon, man, where you can donate to the show, help us out, and might have a chance to win some really, really nice things.
And please remember to like, subscribe, and follow all our social media networks. Join our SteamOS community and our website community where you can get some free stuff. And we'll see you next time on WWTF.
We want the facts.
The Gaming Show.
See you next time. Keep watching. Thanks for tuning in.